There is no question we are surrounded by fantastic chefs here in Pittsburgh, and that's why we love when they get the spotlight on national TV.
Joining us now is Dwight Penney. You may recognize him from the Food Network Holiday Baking Championship, or maybe from Floor 2 at the Fairmont, where he is the executive pastry chef. And we are so excited that you were here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Love to be here.
Well, tell us about being on the show.
Yeah, so being on the show was quite crazy. As we know, we filmed in July, right? But just the pressure of performing on live TV with all these cameras in front of you. I mean, you guys know, but you have to be on every time.
Yeah, and so you can't reveal anything. Do you come home during that time, or do you guys film in like a week's time?
We filmed in a week's time. I believe at the end it was 18 days.
18 days total.
Days, yes.
And you can't tell anybody. So you know who the winner is, and you knew
in July
that you were eventually eliminated.
Correct.
But you can't tell it, like, you sign forms and everything?
Oh, yeah, 73 pages.
70?
Holy cow.
I'll just have my lawyer look over this.
Yes.
But we're so proud of how you did, because you made it in the top 5,
I did, yeah, thank you.
So what was the hardest challenge? Because there were some really difficult, I watched most of the season.
Yeah.
And the finale is actually tonight.
Tonight,
so,
yeah.
So what was the hardest challenge that you guys had?
I would say for me it was the panettone challenge,
I saw that
because
one.
I'm not too excited about that. And just to form it into another dessert, I guess my motor wasn't really spinning.
What does that mean? What is panettone?
It is a fruit bread that you get every year and people never eat.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So we had to create it into something that people would eat.
Oh, okay.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
what did you make?
Yeah, I forget what you made.
Well, I made a caramel mousse.
Okay.
But I forgot my panettone in the oven. I was making a chip, so they burnt.
Right.
So.
But you survived.
Oh, I
you
did
survived
survive.
that
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
You did.
My flavors were great. So.
Oh, well, there
So
you go.
it works.
That's saying something,
Correct,
Dwight.
yes.
And so what did you bring for us today? Because it's something fancy.
Yeah, something fancy. So I brought a chocolate pave, which is kind of like a really thin ganache that's formed. We got a raspberry gel here, some raspberries. I wanted to go Christmas, so we got a white buttercream here.
This looks
you guys
fantastic.
Pipe out. And are you ready to make a dessert?
I think David should do this, because we were just talking about how well you did when we were icing wedding cookies.
But that could have been a fluke, Heather.
It's not a fluke.
Okay, you're going to come over here and you're
I'm
going to
come. Oh, I'm in the middle now?
Hand you this.
All right.
So
you just tell me what to do, Dwight.
All right, so I'm going to put the sauce down first. So we're going to
Okay.
put our raspberry sauce down.
And so this is how you do it in fancy restaurants like Floor 2.
So we're going to get our pave. We're going to go right
And so what's
there.
underneath the pave?
We got cocoa nibs, which is the end of a cocoa shell that you get chocolate from. And they're caramelized to be nice and crunchy, so you don't waste any of the shell. Yeah, exactly, from where you get the beans from.
Sort of like what's in the ice cream cake layers.
Correct. Okay. Yes, yes. Think about that. Yes. Gotcha.
I related to my world.
So I'm gonna have you pipe on top of here if you want to do a little loop-de-loo on top of there.
Loop-de-loo.
Now your piping technique's very interesting there.
Well, yeah. Do I know what I'm doing? No.
There you
Okay.
go.
Is this okay?
What are you making?
You go.
Well, he said a loop-de-loo.
All right.
So
there we go.
is that a loop-de?
That is an okay loop-de right there.
Maybe we should have you show us how it's done.
So I would show you like this. I would maybe do something more like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you're very good.
There you go.
No wonder he was on the program.
Yeah. How did they find you? Do you submit for something like this, or?
So usually people do submit, but they found me through my Instagram. I got an email one day that said, "Hey, we'd like to have you for the show." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we saw the hotel at the Fairmont. We see you do good work, and we'd like to talk to you." So after a Skype call, we talked, and they liked, and I got a phone call. "Hey, you're coming to LA."
You do have a great Instagram account.
Thank you very much.
If you guys are interested and you have one, he's a must follow.
Follow
Yeah,
Dwight.
Yeah. So let me show you. So we're gonna put some raspberries here like that. For some red, we'll put one on top of your loop-de-loo to cover that little hole right there.
Thank you for looking out for me, Dwight.
Definitely. So on pastry, you like to do threes, right? Because it looks better to the eye. Because two, you're like, oh, I only have one more, but three, you always have two more. So that's kind of a little tip right there.
That's good.
Got some almond crumble. We'll kind of go on top like that. Because people love
That's
crumble
really
like
pretty.
that.
Look
Yep.
at this.
So you're teaching us the decorating and not how to make the pave, which we understand because.
And for the show, decorating is really important, right? Because people always eat with their eyes first. So you want it to look great.
It's really true. I mean, so much of it is in the presentation, and especially when you go to Floor 2, everything looks fantastic.
beautiful
All the
there.
courses.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we're going to put these chocolate twirls on like so.
And what is a chocolate twirl?
Chocolate twirl, think of a really thin, almost like lace cookie.
Okay.
And these are actually gluten-free too.
Oh,
Right
wow.
there. So we always like to think about that, and then threes, and then.
And what is the pave is what?
So think of a pave, if you know what a ganache is, cream and chocolate, right? And then it's set with gelatin. So think of like a nice fudgy bar, maybe ice cream cake, right?
Yeah.
Kind of nice and chocolatey with the vanilla, with the raspberry. So it's very Christmas themed, white, red.
Beautiful.
Everybody loves chocolate, so.
This
There
is
we go.
fantastic.
So tell us about
can
some
you
of the
see this?
things that you're making at Floor 2 if people want to come visit you at the Fairmont.
Definitely. So we have. Oh, so they're.
Way to go.
There
It
we
looks
go.
so
You had it
beautiful
so pretty,
5
and then
minutes
I
ago.
leaned it up and
So we actually
Sorry,
have.
Dwight.
No, you're good. So we actually have this on the menu. So we have the chocolate poppy on the
Okay.
menu. We have a beautiful pine nut tart, almost like a pecan pie, but we molded into a tart like that. We got a nice, beautiful pumpkin fudge with a spice cream on the bottom. We have a lemon tart just to give you that little bit of bite, you know, maybe after that. We have a delicious affogato. What's better than ice cream, caramel, and coffee after dinner?
So do you
right?
create the menu? Like, are you at home or at work like, I'm going to try this and mix this, and wouldn't this be fun?
Yeah, of course. So I actually changed the menu in January, so I'll sit down at home if I'm watching TV or in my office, be like, okay, what flavors are good for January, right? And I'll just sit and I'll just have this list of different combinations. Like, oh, I've never done this before. Why don't we try it? So I go in the kitchen, you know, don on my apron and just start having fun.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
If you need taste testers,
We're in.
Heather and I are here
Count
for
us in.
you.
I'd love to have
Yes.
you.
Before we let you go, I know that you've been able to meet some of your fans. Because
Yeah.
of the show, you've kind of you have a following now.
It is the best part. It makes me want to come to work. So a mother, Shannon, and her son, Anthony, came in, and they really wanted to meet me, and the son's a big fan. And he came in, he's like, hey, I got a present for you. And he handed me a decorated cookie.
Oh.
He said, I look up to you and you're awesome. And me
That is
being
so cool.
and me being a new father, it touched me. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid watches me and looks up to me. So I high-fived him, I gave him a hug, and I, of course, gave him a gift. And then I have another little fan in California that we sent a gift. When I got eliminated, his mother recording started crying. And he formed his hair into a faux hawk because he likes my hair. And so us at the Fairmont, myself, we sent him a gift, and the mom's going to record him opening up on Christmas Day.
That's awesome.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, you have a great fan club now, and we're fans too. So thank
Yes,
you
we
so
are.
much, Dwight.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here, Dwight.
I appreciate it.
You can head over to PittsburghTodayLive.com where we have more on Dwight and him competing on the Holiday Baking Championship. Also, as we mentioned earlier, the finale of the Food Network Holiday Baking Challenge is tonight at 9 p.m.
All right, well, coming up next, we are checking in with Selena Pompiani, who's live downtown at the People's Gas Holiday Market. She's scoping out some last-minute gift ideas. Is there someone on your list that could use some of this? Thanks for being with us on this Monday, Christmas Eve, you might say. There's so much more coming up. Stay with us.